Namaste, friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot. I'm going to do a super quick reading today, just to tap into the energies, to give you a heads up of what you need to know with the astrological events that are happening. Of course, the feature is the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio on Friday, and we are building up to that energy. Going to be, I just saw self-love. It's going to be a pretty powerful eclipse. There's some endings coming. There's the, it just feels like a cesspool clean out. You know, like if you in the country you have a septic tank, it feels like, you know, the septic is being cleaned out. All the underlying sludge is being removed, or at least brought to the surface, so that you can choose whether you want to hang on to it or remove it. So let's pull. This is the Divine Abundance deck, and let's see what energies. Loss. You're going to feel a sense of loss as some of this stuff comes up to the surface, and you might have to make a conscious choice of, it's just not good for me anymore, I need to let it go. Sometimes you learn the true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. So this may be having to let go of your ego too, and just transmuting whatever situation is creating that sludge in your soul to be released. So give yourself some think time on that. Don't make rash decisions. Don't react, respond instead. Okay, this is the Power of Love Tarot Oracle. Satisfaction. You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. So that kind of sums it up. Really analyze whether something you're holding on to, I'll put this so you can see it, is you're holding on because of your ego, or you're holding on because you've become habituated to the turbulence. And I mean, you know, the phrase drama queen or king comes to the surface there. So, you know, just look at each situation that is revealed to you. It will be revealed, but analyze it carefully and look and see if you're holding on to that because of your ego and you're afraid of this sense of loss, or is it something that you truly feel like you haven't quite learned the karmic lesson, or is it something you're ready to say, you know what, I don't need that in my life anymore. You can hear my puppies, they're behind the gate and they're not happy because they've been very active today. This is the totally zenned out journey. You have the Eight of Wands and Temperance. Things are going to go a lot smoother when you're in alignment, and we've been talking about that recently in the readings. Alignment feels good, and this is going to restore balance and things will start to move. The viscosity of sludge, imagine that, how that's not going to be very viscous. And so it's not going to move fast. Things aren't going to move fast if you're in this energy of sluggish, sludgy toxicity. So with this Scorpio, things coming up from the depths, you're going to have the spiritual strength to be able to face that. But it is an act of self-love when you look at that, analyze it, and say, you know what? I'm just holding on to this because it feeds my ego. Or I'm afraid of the sense of loss. It might batter my ego if I lose this battle, if I give up on this. So is it in your spiritual best interest? Let's pull from the Muse Tarot and see what comes through. Once you let go of the things that are really creating that sluggish effect in your life, and you don't abate your ego, you just let things go because they're not meant for you anymore, things will start to move. You'll be on that. We've been using the analogy of the kayak of the river of life. You're in your kayak, and you're in some. You might even be in kind of like a cesspool area where it's stagnant and you want to be in the flow. So letting go will increase your opportunity to be in the flow and then be divinely guided. Here's 3 of Inspiration. That's the perfect card for that, because now you can anticipate better things coming in, because you've done the releasing work. It feels to me like there's a deep-rooted fear here of a sense of loss, but allowing yourself to analyze whether or not this is about your ego, or is it about a prior belief system that no longer serves you. It's going to give you a great deal of satisfaction because it's empowering you. We are flowing on the water, which is the emotions, and those emotions, when you are in the flow, is the emotion of love. So once you realize that something you've been attached to is really not love, it's ego, then you can release. 8 of Inspiration. So we've got the 8 of Wands twice. This is, look, just powering through that, just like she's strutting. And there is a whole, and this is 11 of Wands with the 3 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. That's the 11 of Wands, which is, and there's the Empress, yeah. 11 is a number of a twin flame for me, so this could be some sort of egoic attachment to the twin flame energy. But now we have this Empress who is in the divine flow. She is now expanding. She's in that energy of love, not ego. She's in the divine flow, being divinely guided, in the state of surrender. When you are fighting against the current, it's exhausting. So when you're in the flow, you're not fighting against the current, but you also don't have a whole lot of control over how fast you're going or where you might end up. You just are going to trust that you're on the right river. Okay? They just said do bottom of the deck of all the decks, release. You have the ability to give your unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. Just surrender them. Surrender them. Ask the universe to transmute them for the highest and greatest good, but you no longer need to be in control of that. Okay. Number 2, Divine Abundance, the Divine Abundance deck. You were born to align with love's will, follow the Tao, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundant, not chase it. It's fairly clear. This is about choosing love over ego. Bottom of the totally zenned out journey, the 9 of Cups, satisfaction. Emotional satisfaction because you're not fighting against the divine current. And then on the very bottom, the High Priestess, allowing your divine guides, your intuition, your connection with source, with spirit, with your ancestors, with your guardians, with your spirit guides to help. They are all working together to help you on this river of love. They're helping steer your canoe or kayak, helping you move forward. So don't be afraid to give up something that's tied to your ego. It will give you a sense of loss. Don't fear that, because it's going to liberate you and things are going to move so much faster. Your abundance will move toward you faster because you'll be magnetic to the types of things that you truly desire, because the ego is your block. And that's come up several times here. Switch that to love. And if something doesn't feel like love, it's time to let it go, whether it's the way somebody is treating you or interacting with you. If it doesn't feel like love, let it go. But also with you. If you aren't able to demonstrate love towards something, and it's more about your ego and the power that gives you, then it's not love. So you may want to let it go for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.